Hey, picture this. You've just downloaded Raid Shadow Legends and bam, you're faced with 4 champions. These champions. Which one do you choose? Choose wrong and you're kinda tilted. Choose right and you're cruising through the game like a legend. Today, I'm going to tell you which is the best champion to start with in Raid, and I'll give you a few early progression tips on top. So let me help you avoid your very first mistake by saying this. Your very first major decision in Raid is selecting one of the 4 starter champions. Aethel, Galek, Kayle and Elhain. Each are unique, but unfortunately they're not equally strong long-term success. Aethel, decent all-around champion, good for beginners, but lacks the versatility, so that's a no-no. Galek, strong early game, but falls off as you progress. Elhain, great AoE damage, but like Galek, she doesn't scale well into the late game. Although, I'd say she's your second best pick. So there comes the answer. Best starter champion is Kayle. Kayle is actually one of the strongest rare champions in Raid. This guy has great AoE, poison debuffs, he's basically effective across all game modes, for campaign, for dungeons, and even in PvP arena, making him a very strong long-term asset. Starting strong in Raid Shadow Legends, equipping the right gear and gradually unlocking content are all the keys to success. Talking about gear, let me give you a quick heads up on how to build Kayle and what to focus on early on. But first, if you haven't selected Kayle as your starter champion and you want to create a new account or reroll your account, I'll do you one better. Now's your chance to get 2 more S-tier epic champions. I'll show you here. 2 more S-tier epic champions, Uugo, which is an amazing healer and support, and you definitely need one in the beginning, and Tagoar, where is Tagoar? This guy, at level 15. Absolutely free. And on top of that, I'll do you one even better. I'll give you a new player code to claim one of the newest legendaries, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. This guy here. So if you want to start Giga Strong with the best rare, I didn't really pick Kayle, I didn't know how good he was, 2 S-tier epic champions, and 1 legendary to keep you busy for the first weeks while you learn the game with me, use the links in the description to create a new account now, or this QR code on the screen, whichever you want. Right, one more thing. After you finish the tutorial, use the promo code Monkey King. Just go here, pop up promo code and put in Monkey King. I already got it, so it doesn't work for me. And just like that, you're good to go. Now to go back a bit to our previous talking point, how to build Kayle. You can equip Kayle with a lifesteal set to boost survivability while leveling him to 6 stars. So basically one of these sets. See? A lifesteal set. Then you should also farm his masteries at the Minotaur's Labyrinth, or unlock them by paying 800 gems, whichever it's easier for you. For example, if you can afford it, you can just go to Masteries and you can get all the scrolls in one go with 800 gems. If not, you'll have to manually play in the Minotaurs. Actually, if I think about it, until you get anything better, you should equip everyone, or at least your starter champions, with lifesteal set. But for those of you who want to get like a better understanding and need a full build for those champions, I'll leave the links in the pinned comments and description. There you can find the best builds, stats to focus on, what masteries to choose and which blessings fits the best for each champion. I'll give you an example here. If we go here to my website and then let's say we go to Raid Champion Builds and you want to build Kayle. See, you can see how good he is here in any of the game modes. You can see what recommended artifacts we have for Kayle, lifesteal, speed, accuracy. This is for player versus enemy, you have player versus player. Then you have artifact main stats to focus. So basically, weapon, attack, helmet, HP. And then you check your gear and you go to helmet, you have HP, boom, perfect. You check your weapon, you have attack, boom, perfect. But then you can also check the substats. So if you go here, you see stats priority in the table. If you want to build for PvE or PvP, or if you want to mix and match and just make one build and that's it, just try to get the best stats that you can see that are both PvE and PvP. Say for example here, crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, speed is very important as well. So then you're gonna have here on the item crit rate, attack, percentage, speed. This is the perfect weapon. So as I said, I'll just leave the links down for you to check them out. And now for the second part of the video, let me give you a few early game progression tips. First one, focus on campaign. This is the easiest. This also unlocks additional content for you. One example would be extra champions. And not only that, but these also give you resources. They give you silver, they give you shards, so you can pull more champions. Another tip I'd like to give you is to gear your team wisely. Lifesteal, I think it's essential in the beginning for every other champion until you find yourself a better healer or someone that can actually sustain the team. You can also go for the speed set to increase turn frequency, allowing you to take extra turns. And besides that, you can also focus on other 2-piece sets. Let's have a look at this. Speed sets, it's a 2-piece set. Then we have critical set. Then we have critical damage. Another one that I like a lot is the resilience one. It gives you HP and defense. Now on the other hand, I'd also like to give you some quick campaign tips. Let me just get this to level 12. The best place to level up champions and farm experience is actually in campaign. From what I've been told from other players, one of the best location is the last boss from the last campaign. Apparently everyone does that. As for the dungeons, I think you should explore them as soon as you need to level up your champions. For example, maybe you need some potions to ascend your champions. I was actually, a minute ago, I was farming to ascend my Uugo to 3rd star. Obviously, I don't have enough yet, but I can do at least one. Because some of these champions are pretty good. You know, if you go to the right ascension star, you're actually gaining new skills. For me, with Uugo, you get increased speed and a block damage buff, which is pretty good. Now let me also give you a couple of tips for long-term success. Explore these dungeons gradually. Don't just go into it and expect that you're going to finish everything in one day. Start with the easier stages and adjust your team based on the dungeon boss. Because most of these bosses are requiring you to play a different style or a different team, especially for example Fire Knight. You need to have champions that attack many times so you can make him drop his shield. Another nice tip that I like to tell everyone about is to actually join a clan. Joining a clan provides rewards, guidance if you have nice people around playing, and one of the other nice things you can do is the clan boss. The clan boss gives you extra loot. One other tip I'd like to give you is to get your daily logins. These also matter. Log in daily to earn rewards, champions, and gear. Look at this. In 30 days, you can get High Cthulhu, one of the best epics. Is recommended for everyone to build her. Then you can get Yaga, you can get Dark Aethel, and so on. The more you log in, the more champions you get. You get energy, you get items, you get pretty much everything you need. Talking about champions now. Use the duplicates or the low quality ones to feed your main characters. For example, you can use your whatever, the ones that you didn't have as a duplicate, and you can sacrifice them to get some experience. But be careful. Be sure not to use the ones that are needed for fusion summons. You'll need these to unlock better champions down the line. And also you'll need these to progress your missions. And the ones that are required to do fusion summons, are the ones that are having this little, for example, this girl here, she's having this little icon here. And in order to do a fusion summon, you go here to the summoning portal, you select fusion, and you check whatever you can do. Like for example, for Broadmouth for me, all you have to do is level up the required champions, then you need to ascend them to 3 stars in this example, and then you can fuse. For example, I can use these 4 champions and I can fuse Rock Beast, but I already have him. I think I might have did it the other day. Also, guys, don't forget, whenever you fight, to use auras. Assign a champion with an aura ability every time you fight as your team leader. You can boost HP percentage, you can boost damage in battle, but then if you get other nicer champions, I think Tagoar, the one in my link, is giving HP. Yeah, look at this. This is a very, very good champion. If you put him as a clan leader, you get 25% extra HP. If you're creating a new account now, there's no better time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends. Especially if you go with my link, where you get Uugo, you get Tagoar, and you also get a legendary, Wukong. And by the way, talking about the new champions, I forgot to show you. You can also check here on the screen how good the champions are. You see, every champion has a review. For example here, if I press the review down here, 21,000 people reviewed this champion. And look at this. Look at the score. It's all almost 5. And it's above 4. And if I click here to rate, 5 is the most that you can get. So basically, if it's between 4 to 5, it's like top level champion. And look at the other one, Uugo. Only 4,000 reviews, but still, look at this. 4.9 in arena, 4.9 in faction wars, Hydra, Dragon Lair. This guy, S tier. The only place he's lacking is in the Fire Knight's castle. But besides that, look at that, very good champion. Let's look at Tagoar, another amazing champion. This champion has only 1,000 reviews. A bit underrated, I would say, but look at this. Look at the score. I'm telling you, the champions I'm giving away with this link, they're amazing. Even El Haim, if you didn't pick Kale and you want to pick someone else, even her, she's very strong. But I think Kale is one of the strongest rare champions that you can get. Final tip, patience pays off. Plan for long term, avoid over investing in champions or gear that won't scale into the late game. Just focus on building a core team. For example, here the champions you get from the link. That should be enough for a while. Learn the mechanics. Play new champions if you get new champions. Play the game on manual when you play the new champions to see how they feel and what they do. That's pretty much it. I think this should be enough to help you make your first decisions in the game and keep you going at least for, depending on how active you play, I'd say at least 2 weeks. I will upload another video tomorrow with my complete new player and beginner's guide. It will have to-dos, what not to do. It will explain how to avoid some of the mistakes I made. So if you want to watch that next, be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Alright, I'll leave you the links in the description so you can go ahead and grab yourself that free legendary and the other 2 epics to keep you busy. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.